lakes, and streams. Interested in becoming a member? Their membership plans feature affordable options for couples, families, and individuals. Book your tee time today. 256-841-4551. Cherokee Ridge. Championship quality, affordable prices.
The calendar does read March, and that means it's time for you to enjoy some Talon Heating and Air St. Patty's Day specials. And if the utility companies have been taking all the green out of your wallet, Talon Heating and Air, Thomas, has the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow to help you put it back in.
That's right. We have a special right now for all the listeners of this commercial. Get $1,000 off, in addition to excellent savings with the Bosch equipment.
It's Talon Heating and Air St. Patty's Day special, and tell them how they can ring you guys up.
That's right. They can give us a call at 256-503-4490 or at talenthvac.com.
Talon Heating and Air will have you seeing more green this March. And if you're feeling really lucky this March, make sure you join our 97.7 ESPN The Zone Bracket Challenge presented by Talon Heating and Air. Maybe they'll have you seeing more green.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
Not looking or feeling your best? No energy for the things you like to do? Ready to look and feel younger? Make your appointment at Advanced Life Clinic, one of the region's foremost destinations for patients interested in looking and feeling their best. Specializing in advanced laser treatments and weight loss, male and female rejuvenation to offset the effects of aging, and more. See how Advanced Life Clinic can help you enjoy your life again. Call 256-882-6555 or log on advancedlifeclinic.com.
Astros, Thursday at 7 Eastern on ESPN. Telecast presented by Front Door.
ABC Hockey Saturday continues with an afternoon showdown in the Steel City. David Pasternak and the Bruins look to keep...
This is Paul Feinbaum. That'll do it for me today. Coming up next, The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
This hour is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, Alabama's F-150 Superstore. Welcome to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Call into the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, 256-576-4977.
That's how I roll. And I'm not going to drink and drive anymore.
That's 256-576-4977. Now, here's Wes and Steve.
Our 1 hour sprint starts here on campus at Woody Anderson Ford, walking you up to Hey Coach. How you doing, Wes Neighbors?
Doing good.
Good. I am going to turn our attention towards Twitter because, you know, that's where all the news comes from now. There is a certain Twitter handle that, by the way, if you'd like to follow us on Twitter, you can certainly do so. At 977ESPN is our Twitter follow. There's another Twitter follow as well that I am also following. I don't know if you're following this one, but you should be. The Twitter handle is at JMLove_34. I bring you back to I bring you back to March 24th. And the first tweet that I see, ha 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 ha. That's followed by no Final Four ? And would you like me to continue, Jackson Love? The Mountain West Conference has reached the Elite Eight as many times as Alabama has. LOL. And let me continue.
What a hater. God has
only fans of a team who have a Final Four can retweet this. I'm not done.
How many times has Auburn been at the Great Eight?
I'm not done. Every team who has won an SEC regular season championship plus a SEC tournament in the same year has gone to the Elite Eight or higher, except one team, Thanking emoji.
Oh my goodness!
I mean, a lot of those I was retweeting. I didn't come up with all of those.
Oh well, what? It's unbelievable.
So Jackson, did you have more fun in Bama's loss than Auburn's season this year?
That's a complicated question.
Yes, of course. Because when you're a hater, that's the way you do.
Well, I mean, Auburn never
bad...
lost to a Mountain West team this year, so.
Well, they didn't. Well, who cares? You didn't make it.
I care.
If y'all had been better, maybe if you'd been better, you could have played one in the Sweet 16.
Yeah, I mean, I can't help that Auburn ran into Houston, but.
Well, where's Houston now?
Yeah, Alabama beat Houston.
Yeah. And y'all both lost in the Sweet 16, so what does that matter?
Houston's back home, and they'll be watching the Final Four in their own backyard.
Not being an Auburn fan, but being an Alabama hater and the kind of life you've had the past 16 or 17 years, that just must be.
So if you'd like to follow Jackson Love.
It would mentally warp you.
We're very tough individuals, I think.
Very tough. Very tough. Hey, if you'd like to follow Jackson Love, you can certainly do so. Again, that is JMLove_34 for these pearls of wisdom. By the way, his last originating tweet,
I don't even remember what
excuse me, is this what they meant by Montezuma's revenge?
Well, I don't get that.
Well, I mean,
you gotta be a student of history, Wes, to understand that one.
Well, Montezuma's revenge is diarrhea.
Yeah, I know. It's when you go to Mexico and drink the water, and you're going to regret it.
Well, here's the thing. I think Alabama's season was unbelievable.
Oh, yeah.
To have 4 freshmen and to get as far as they did in Heights and be the number 1 seed of the tournament, that's awesome. And really.
Did they underperform? Yes, because they were the top overall seed of the tournament.
They weren't the top overall seed in the beginning of the year. No, they weren't even in the top 20 in the beginning of the year. That's what I'm saying. They rose to a height that no other team in the history of Tuscaloosa has really done.
Correct.
And really in the state of Alabama, where they have rose so fast with so many freshmen, that's a self-portrait of Jackson, isn't it?
Yeah, the Final Four.
That's Jackson.
That is a picture of, what was the name of that movie?
Jackson Love.
Megamind.
Megamind, thank you. Yeah. Megamind.
So anyway, it's interesting to see the reactions of some people.
The joy.
And I'm going to tell you I hadn't heard Brandon Miller's name and how he should be arrested immediately and kicked off. We won't hear that anymore.
It's done.
That's the good thing.
It's done.
Yeah, it's done. That's done. So, but
what is also percolating down on the plains is Hugh Freeze just met with the media down on the plains and had an update on the quarterback room. Here is Auburn head coach Hugh Freeze.
We kind of added a few periods of just teaching some of the really base fundamental things of how the offense should be ran. I thought we improved most of the week, particularly Monday and Wednesday. Friday scrimmage was a little, some of those are very hard to judge things on because you're not game planning for it, and both sides are still trying to add things, and you got a play call that really has no chance of working if they have a certain call on, and hopefully in a game, we have a better game plan to where that happens very few times. But that happened a few times. It was good teaching, but I thought the quarterbacks overall last week took a step forward.
Anybody stand out?
I thought Holden Grinder. I thought he really, really, really stood out all week with his improvement and his play. And not that the others didn't improve also, but I thought he really, I thought his grasp of what we were trying to do, he was impressive last week. But again, it's still a competition. I think competition just is good for everybody, and how you respond to it is critical. And so the more we can create, and we'll just keep rotating those guys to see, kind of how they handle the competition. And it's going to, like I've said, it's going to go into fall camp. And the off-season will play a role in leadership and how the players are responding and rallying around you. I mean, that is the most important position that we have, and so it's going to take time to evaluate it, but I did think they all took some steps forward. Robbie was nursing a sore shoulder, so that may be part of the reason that, Holden, I'm saying him standing out. Robbie couldn't throw really Wednesday or Friday. We threw a little bit with him Friday, but not much. Monday he had his best practice of our time here, but shoulder was sore, and we kind of held him out. We held him out totally Wednesday of throwing, and then just sparingly on Friday.
That is Auburn head coach Hugh Freeze from just about an hour ago down on the plains. Bobby White, kind enough to join us here on campus. How are you, sir?
Doing great. How you guys?
Doing real well, and the showroom is always percolating when we come in.
Yeah, thanks. We got a lot of stuff going on right now.
Well, I noticed it's a different Shelby F-150 right there, and that is a gorgeous piece of machinery right there.
Yeah, we sold the last one that was sitting there. Actually, we've sold 2 or 3 since you guys were down there.
Well, they sold 2 one day when we were sitting here.
Yeah.
They drove them out.
Yeah.
775 horsepower truck. That's pretty.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Now, that'll carry around a couple of things.
Yes, it will. Yeah, a lot of the hustle you see right now, the order bank for the Bronco opened back up today. It's been closed down for several months now due to just being overbooked. The demand already exceeded what they were able to build. But now they're able to build a few more, so they opened it up, and we don't know how long it'll be open, but it's open for today, so we'll get a lot of traffic on that.
So what else is new around here?
It's all good. We got a lot more F-150s in. Explorers are plentiful. Got several of those ST Explorers out there, really sharp vehicle. Those are hot. Edge is picking back up. Super Duty's still a little tough to get. We still have more than anybody else, and Expeditions too. So
I see the inventory currently sitting at 314.
That's right.
So I mean, there's a pretty good variety.
How did you know that, Steve? Is there a sign around here?
Website.
A website. Yeah.
You just hover over new and it says 314 available.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I did cheat, but it's a very interactive and a very valuable resource, that website.
Right. Oh, yeah. It's we try to keep it up. I mean, it's someone monitors that thing 24/7. So yeah, it's also those include vehicles in transit, which is about 90 of those right now, but they'll be here, within 2 or 3 days because they're already shipped.
So that includes the ones on the way, right?
Right. Once they're released from the plant, it's like an automatic upload to the. So a lot of them are sold. You remember during COVID, for instance, there wasn't 4 or 5 out there, but we were selling a lot of them. It's just they see them online the minute they leave the plant. We had deposits on them before they got here, so you didn't see anything sitting around on the lot. I had lifelong friends calling, "Hey, you all right? You need to borrow some money?"
So everything's getting close to back to normal here, right?
It is. I think we're back to right now. Current level is about 65% of normal stock, which we always. Manufacturer always put a little more on you than you actually need anyway. So pre-COVID, that's kind of how it was. So we're in good shape. We're able to fill almost all demands.
The tab of custom order. Tell me a little bit about what custom order can involve.
Well, you get exactly what you want, and you don't pay for something that you don't want. So that's why a lot of people order them. They want their specific color, their moonroof or no, or all the different ways you can configure one. Sometimes, especially if you're somebody that wants what you want, you're not. If it's got the smoker's package and you don't smoke, you're not going to buy it, and you know what I mean. And, any little. So you get exactly what you want if you custom order it, and you get exactly what you want.
So what is the lead time now? Lead time, I guess.
Well, it's different for the different lines. F-150s. 6 weeks, 8 tops. Same with Explorer. Expedition is closer to around 8, but that's on a custom order. But if you're not, if you one that can pretty much find with a good selection what you want, we've got enough for you to just come down here. But there's a lot of people that don't. I know customers that we've sold, for the 30 plus years I've been here, and they've ordered every single one that they got custom because they want what they want.
Is it easier now to order it custom than it used to be, or just more?
Oh, definitely. Used to be you would have to come in and sit down in front of our computer because you couldn't access some of the stuff that we could access. Now,
Right.
if you go to that tab on there, you can never even come in. Of course, the people that's been custom ordering forever, they'll build it on that and then call their salesperson that they've been dealing with forever down here and say, hey, that's what I wanted to come through, and he or she will go over it with them and make sure everything is exactly what they want. And we'll place the order.
So the last time I was here, I stuck my I went into an expedition, and expeditions, wow.
Yeah,
they are certainly, they've grown up a tad over the last couple of decades.
Yeah, if you hadn't been in one in a while, it's an amazing vehicle. It really is. It's almost like a luxury sports car feel to it. It's hard to explain.
It really is. And, of course, the service department as well, it feels like, especially with people getting back from spring break and getting ready for the summer season.
Yep. Anytime the season changes, there's prep to be done to the vehicle, and we're here to do it. And we've had a lot of people, just like you winterize it, believe it or not, you want to make sure the cooling system's good and not low, and a lot of them need to be flushed out, things like that. So check that AC system and be ready so that you
don't want it going out when you hit that button. It will ruin your day.
Hey, you don't want to wait till June, and they'll be lined up getting AC fixed, and then you'll be in the back of the line. Right now, you'll be in the front.
Well, he's at the front of the line on his bracket. How's your bracket doing?
Oh, it's done. Yeah.
I mean, my bracket's basically done. I mean, just everybody else is done, too.
Yours is just better, right?
Yeah, mine was just better at the beginning.
He still has UConn.
Still have UConn. I think UConn could win it all right now if the way they play. They're good enough to win the next two games. But heck, you never know.
They got to get through Houston first.
No,
right?
Houston's gone.
Yeah,
Houston's got
Miami
that's right.
beat
Never
Houston.
mind.
Yeah.
I
Miami. Yeah.
I saw that.
Texas.
Whoever said there's no great team, and I just kind of.
Who said that?
A bunch of people said there were no great teams in this and anybody could win. Was right. Yeah. I mean, he said it was really the most even he'd seen it in a long time. Actually, several people said that that I'd listened to that I respect, and I was kind of like, nah.
Yeah.
But,
I don't follow basketball as closely until this time of year, so I didn't really know.
Yeah, it is basketball season.
Yeah.
For another week. For another week.
I didn't watch any basketball after Alabama.
Championship game is a week from today.
I thought it was over Friday night. I don't know where I got that from.
Steve, nobody's commented that I've seen about, they're talking about, when I heard talking about Brandon Miller and talking about what great defense, and there's good defense, but really they were missing open shots.
They did.
The second half they missed.
And missed free throws as well.
Well, they fouled the right people.
That's right.
They had a good game. I mean, obviously you don't get to the Final Four unless you have a really good game plan.
Right. And anybody can have a bad one, bad day any day.
But the thing about
Brandon Miller, I guess.
42 minutes. 42 seconds. The game, we're down by 2.
That's right.
I don't know why
chose to foul, and rather than play defense,
I don't know. I think that there was some miscommunication. I don't believe that coach wanted them to foul right there. If he did, it was the wrong move.
Right.
I mean, to me,
especially since they made the free throws. But
well, I mean, obviously, but they've stolen the ball so much during that game.
They did.
So anyway, I look back, and I think the first 2 fouls, if you go back and look, that were called on Brandon Miller, I think they were after him, of course, from the get-go, to get in his head, and they did. He's an 18-year-old kid. I mean, you go look at, they pulled him down on the first foul. He didn't foul anybody. Second one, the guy dove like he got pushed.
Yeah.
He didn't get pushed.
Yeah.
Both of them were just horrible calls, just were flops. And I think they went after. If you go watch the tape a little bit, you'll see that they were totally after their game plan for Quinterly is best I've ever seen.
Yeah.
But
they had the length and the athleticism to do that.
Yeah, but all Alabama had to do was hit a couple threes, and that was over.
That's true.
And they couldn't do it. I mean, and that's in the end, Alabama shooting is what beat them. I mean, so
it's football season.
Yeah, so it's football season.
Didn't Brandon Miller go 3 for 27 or something like that?
It was. I think that was a 3-point. They were 3 for 27. I don't know. He might have been 3 for 27. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was rather one-sided.
But I'm gonna tell you, it wasn't. But what do you mean it's rather one-sided?
No, I mean it was not a good shooting day for the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Yeah, the other team wasn't good at shooting either. They shot it better than Alabama.
But that's kind of the nature. That's how they play in San Diego State. They just try to grind it out and make it ugly. And
they were good at that.
Yeah, they were.
That's about as ugly as Alabama's been all year.
I said first one to 70 wins, and unfortunately that was a little prophetic because of San Diego State getting to 71. But an excellent season, there's no doubt about that for the Crimson Tide. Bobby, appreciate the time as always, sir. It's always fun to be here on campus.
Yep. Thanks for coming down.
Absolutely. Let's go ahead and take our first time out. We'll hear more from Hugh Freeze on the other side, including where's the best pizza joint in Auburn?
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
With over 100 F-150s to choose from and available financing as low as 0%, now is the perfect time to put one in your driveway. It's Truck Month at Woody Anderson Ford. Hi, Bobby White back again, inviting you to come on in for the best selection of F-150s we've had in a while. And if you find one that you like, there is no payment for 90 days. Also, during Truck Month, not only do you get 0% financing for up to 36 months, but we've also got 2.9% financing for 5 years on remaining 22 models with your good credit through Ford Motor Credit. This offer ends April 4th. And don't forget, we make it really easy for you to trade in and trade up on a Ford Blue Advantage Gold Certified or Blue Certified pre-owned vehicle. Great warranties, 24-hour roadside assistance, and you take it home with a full tank of gas and a fresh oil change. Hurry on in for Truck Month. 0% financing, no payments for 90 days, and over 100 F-150s to choose from. Woody Anderson Ford, hope to see you soon.
Rambo Marine in Hazel Green is your one-stop shop for all things boating. Whether you are ready to surf with the newest Malibu wake boat or cruise on a Cobalt or Barletta pontoon, we have a boat ready for you and your family. Rambo Marine provides exceptional service second to none, so that you are ready to hit the water in no time. Stop by Rambo Marine today. We know boats.
Since 1998, Scooter's Coffee has delivered high-quality drinks with quick service and a big smile. And the folks at Scooter's Coffee know a great cup of coffee or other drink can bring a smile to just about anyone. Yes, we specialize in great coffee, but Scooter's also has smoothies, teas, and delicious food items too. Scooter's Coffee, 700 Governors Drive, just east of the Parkway. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. Find out more at scooterscoffee.com.
Ann Adams with Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate is the one name to know if you're buying or selling real estate. With years of local experience, Ann Adams offers buyers in-depth knowledge of the local housing market and will narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in so you can save time when shopping for your new home. If you're ready to sell, Ann offers a seamless process using accurate pricing and expert negotiation skills to make sure you get a fair price for your home. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or log on bhhsriserealestate.com.
Normally, when you call a roofing company, all you hear is, you need a new roof. Not when you call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Since 1965, the folks at Fleming have been focused on what you need, whether it's an easy repair or a full roof replacement, commercial or residential. And when it comes to storm damage, you want Fleming on your side. They know all the ins and outs of insurance claims and will guide you through the entire process. Log on FlemingHSV.com and book your free estimate today. Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
shop.
Now's the time to order your spiral cut honey glazed ham or turkey for Easter from Apple Lane in Decatur. Or maybe consider ordering the family meal deal for Easter that includes an Apple Lane ham, a dozen rolls, sweet potato dumplings, potato salad, and Apple Lane's award-winning banana pudding. If you're hosting a corporate event or just a group of friends, Apple Lane has you covered. They have all kinds of box lunch and party tray options. To order for Easter or anytime, log on applelanefarms.com. Apple Lane on the Beltline in Decatur.
The kitchen is the heart of any home. It's where the family gathers. It's where kids discover old recipes and make them their own. Just starting out or just now getting started on the dream kitchen you've always wanted?
I'm Chris Haygood, and from all of us here at Bob Wallace Appliance to the home builders and the homeowners of the Huntsville area, a heartfelt thank you for buying local. We're in Huntsville, Florence, and Coleman, and online at bobwallaceappliance.com.
This segment of The Drive is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, located online at woodyandersonford.com with 2 locations, Hughes Road in Madison and Jordan Lane in Huntsville.
Back here with you on The Drive. Incidentally, in case you're wondering, and I know Jackson Love is wondering big time, Nick Saban is set to schedule, his schedule to talk to the media this week is on Thursday. So mark your calendars appropriately. Thursday at 6 o'clock is the at least scheduled time for Coach Saban, as he spoke a week ago. But Coach Freeze spoke, and the excitement level is percolating down on the plains. Right, Coach?
You know, I was visiting with, a college reporter today, Heather, that covers, all of college football and the playoffs. And I think, truthfully, I think every place that our staff has gone has been able to create a buzz and an excitement fairly quick around recruiting. And I certainly didn't expect Auburn to be any less than that. I don't know that I have a good pulse for really what you're referring to, truthfully, because I really have just kind of learned through my years. I might want to just keep myself focused on the task and on the people that are in the building with me and that are helping us recruit. And so I'm not sure the level of excitement. I mean, everywhere I go, I don't go a lot of places. Y'all know that. I go to church and the golf course when I can and here. But everywhere, the people I do see out and about. I did go pick up pizza for the girls and Jill and I before a game the other night uptown, and that was kind of a mistake. The excitement there was pretty big, and so if that's any barometer of what the excitement is, I'm excited that people are excited.
So that answer right there spurned an award-winning question, and it came from our very own Nebias Wilborn, who joins us periodically. In fact, Nebias is going to join us on Wednesday. But the Pizza Report, the Auburn Pizza Report, brought to you by Nebias Wilborn. So here is your Pizza Report, courtesy of Nebias Wilborn.
Nebias, Hugh, one way you go for pizza, but then also...
So you're going to get me in trouble with all the vendors in town. I'm going to tell you, that place right there on the main drag, I'll say I'm going to get in trouble. No. Yeah. Little Italy, man. That thing was fine. That was good. And I'm sure that you don't like it?
Can't stand it.
Really? Man, I thought it was incredible.
It's good.
Listen, I got us a stromboli, a calzone, and some pizza, and man, I don't know, my 3 daughters and wife and myself, we all enjoyed it. I thought it was good. I'm sure there are other great pizza establishments in Auburn.
There is.
But I
did. There's not, because you picked the right one.
But I did kind of like it.
So the guy that said there is that was Kirk Sampson, who is the SID around the Auburn football program. So I texted Kirk Sampson, and I said, based on what I just heard from you, sir, I need a better report than what I got out of your football coach. What is your go-to pizza place in Auburn? So before I give you that answer, because he did answer. I mean, of all the text messages I've ever sent Kirk Sampson, this is probably the most in-depth answer I've gotten out of Kirk. But let's turn to the Auburn grad himself, Jackson Love.
Well, I hope you're reading that text, because I definitely want to know what he thinks is better than Little Italy down there.
So, yeah, Little Italy, one of the reporters, I think that was Hokinson, who said, hate it.
Well, he's wrong. Little Italy is the best pizza in Auburn. There's Mellow Mushroom, too, that's obviously pretty good. That's more of a franchise, though, so, I mean, you kind of know what to expect. There's multiple Mellow Mushrooms here in Huntsville, so...
Y'all don't have a call center there in Auburn that Coach Freeze could get some calls into, could you?
Not that I'm aware of.
So Kirk Sampson's answer was, my go-to is either, if Little Italy is overflowing, and at times it is, I'm a guy who really enjoys going to Johnny Briscoe's. Johnny Briscoe's. I've not been to Johnny Briscoe's.
Neither have I. I don't know where that is.
So that is from Kirk Sampson. Then he wanted to know my go-to place up here. So I gave him at least the 411 on. There's a couple of pizza joints around here. But so nonetheless, there is your Auburn pizza report, courtesy of Nebias Wilborn. There is also some good news to pass along, and that is the tackling report. And this was judging after looking at the film after the latest scrimmage down on the Plains. Coach Freeze.
I thought we tackled really well for not having tackled, honestly. I thought the defense was very physical. I thought the offense didn't respond real well, truthfully. So we're going to get back after it Wednesday some and 2 periods. And hopefully the offense will respond the right way and be more physical and match the intensity that the defense brought. But the defense definitely had the most intensity and effort and enthusiasm in Friday's scrimmage. Just one of the things I talked to our kids about today is, the way it started, it seemed it was definitely, we did not respond to adversity very well initially. And it kind of snowballed there for a possession or two. And then they kind of regained some momentum and did a few nice things, scored a couple touchdowns. But we would have been down a little bit if it was a real game based on our start. And we've got to create a different mindset about how we handle things when they don't go exactly our way.
So a little bit of the Q&A for Coach Freeze, a freshman, a true freshman offensive lineman was asked about. And this freshman offensive lineman, his name is Connor Lew, L-E-W, for those of you looking it up. My apologies there, as my computer's telling me, hey, Coach is 30 minutes away, which is indeed the case. Hey, Coach is 30 minutes away. But Connor Lew, a true freshman from Kennesaw, Georgia, and Coach Freeze was asked about his freshman offensive lineman.
I think we hit a home run with Connor Lew. Connor Lew is going to play for us as a freshman. Needs to gain some weight. Hopefully that'll happen in the offseason, but he's smart, tough, strong, moves well. Hopefully he learns the game well. We're playing him both at center and guard, and seems to be grasping it very well, so expect him to play as a freshman.
There was a follow-up question about Connor Lew.
Well, with Lew, it's typically very rare a freshman is able to play that soon as on offensive line. What has made him so unique? What is it about him that you did?
Well, I think he's going to be a good player, but I think it's an indictment of where we are, truthfully. I hope that we don't have to depend on freshmen too much longer to come in and provide significant help to us, but that's where we are. So our recruiting pitch right now, you want to start immediately helping a tradition like Auburn has get back to where it can be, and we're looking for help now. And, that's the case. So it's a combination of him being a really good player and talented player, but also the lack of depth that we have there.
That is Hugh Freeze. He ended the press conference with what I considered is a public service announcement. I know you and I are of the age, Wes, where that was a big deal when you saw the public service announcements. And this feels like the public service announcement for the Auburn football program once May 1st and that portal is open.
We are open to the portal business for anyone that fits our culture at Auburn and can help us improve our team quickly.
And there is your message from Auburn head football coach
That's
Hugh
a message
Freeze.
from every school.
I know.
So, I mean, I think it's obvious when you have a true freshman just get there and you already know he's going to start.
Certainly would raise my eyebrows.
Well, I mean, I'm sure he's a good player, though. You have to be. I don't care if you have two walk-ons in front of you. You have to be a good player to come there as a freshman and already be turning heads. So what he's thinking, say, I've got this guy. He's my guy. I'm going to build my team around him. Now I got the center. And get
Do I expect him to be Jonah Williams? No. But, I mean, Jonah was...
I'm going to tell you, Jonah Williams struggled in the Auburn game.
Well,
down there,
but his first year arguably was his best year.
I don't know about that. I mean, he played right tackle. A lot different story. Easy. Right tackle. It's just easier.
That's fair.
You're not playing their best pass rusher.
Yeah.
You're just not. And a lot of times the guy drops.
So maybe that'll be the case for Lou, to stick him in an easier area.
Yeah.
With air quotes. You're still playing an SEC offensive line. So.
No, I mean, if he freezes singing his praises and he's just a freshman in day whatever he is in practice.
Yeah.
That's a good sign for Lou. I mean, he obviously is a good player.
By the way, A-Day for Auburn is a week from Saturday, and that is April the 8th down on the Plains. Let's talk to Jason on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. Appreciate you calling in, Jason. How are you today?
Doing great, guys. How are y'all?
Doing well.
Listen, you got your 411 on pizza. We need your 411 up here.
Well, you tell me, where's your go-to, Jason?
My go-to is Big Ed's.
It's hard to pass right there. That's an establishment. Venice is usually the place I go to. Venice.
I'd have to try that. I wouldn't mind. Never been there.
Yeah. I appreciate the phone call.
Florence is my most favorite, but Big Ed's
okay.
in Huntsville.
Yeah, Big Ed's, that's an establishment. There's no doubt about that. Thank you, Jason. 256-576-4977. That is the number to be a part of the program, 256-576-4977. Of the breaking news that went on today, Lamar Jackson alerted the Baltimore Ravens he would like to leave town. In fact, he announced this on Twitter earlier today, that he told the organization on March the 1st that he would like to leave town. So that is garnering a lot of news out there.
He wanted to leave. Get somebody, negotiate with somebody. He's a free agent. Pretty much, he's not a free agent. What do they call that? He's kind of a free agent. The teams can match his, well,
I know they owe him a big check coming up here just to be on the roster. So I know Baltimore is trying to look for fair market value, whatever that is.
I don't think they're looking for anything. I think that they gave him some kind of franchise tag, some different tag that I've never heard of. That what my understanding is that he can negotiate with other teams, but Baltimore can match it, and then if they don't match it, they get 2 first-round draft picks, and there you go. So he's open. I think the problem they're having is people are scared that they don't want to give up 2 number ones for him.
Yes. It is an expensive price.
Yeah, but how do you think that's expensive? He's a lot better player than the guy.
He's just coming off of an injury as well.
Yeah, that's true. But he doesn't have 30 masseuses saying he sexually assaulted him. They gave that guy $250 million.
That in lies the bigger issues, the amount of money, the amount of guaranteed money that the Browns gave to Deshaun Watson, that no one really wants to fall in line with that type of contract. Although Joe Burrow's contract is about to be reworked, and there is a belief that what we're waiting on is that next number to fall in line for Joe Burrow, so then we can start filtering through these contracts. But it's $200 million's a big number. I think it's over 200 for Deshaun Watson and the guaranteed money, $220, I believe it was.
And so that set precedent.
Yes.
And Cleveland, Cleveland's being Cleveland again.
Yes.
They never stop, but
just takes one.
Yes. And to me, I think Lamar Jackson's a great football player. Now, he hasn't been able to stay healthy the last 2 or 3 years.
That's right.
But who has?
Yeah.
And if you're Baltimore, you're looking, hey, if we sign him for more than this, we got to cut A, B, C, D.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, you have no way to go to the Super Bowl. These quarterbacks are getting so much money now, and they have the salary cap, they can't deal with them. Anyway, that's why you have Jalen Hurts and those guys surrounded by great players. But I've been looking at what they've done in I don't see how they get back. They're losing everybody.
Oh, so there was some news out of the owners' meeting that took place today in the National Football League. That idea that the NFL was going to outlaw that push that the Eagles did, not happening.
Well, I don't know why.
Not happening, as that is going to stay a legal play in the NFL. Bama Bino is on line 3. How you doing, Bama Bino?
Oh, I'm doing good. How y'all doing?
We're well. We're doing real well here at Woody Anderson Ford.
Y'all talking about pizza? I'm just going to put in for some Bama Bino pizza.
Bama Bino. That's perfect. That's perfect.
The thing about it, their cups were more than 64 ounces. That's all I know.
Oh, really?
You could drown in a house if you spilt one of those.
Yeah. I wish they're still around. I wish they had some up here, shoot. But
me too.
I just wanted to get a rise out of the way.
Yeah. I appreciate that. It's always good to hear from you, Bama Bino.
So I'm wanting to know, Bama Bino, have you watched a basketball game since Alabama got beat?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it.
Yeah, so I talked to my brother. I hadn't watched
Turned it off?
And I hadn't watched a single game, and neither has my brother. And so
It's
I'm wondering.
football season.
Yeah.
Like I usually do, though. Not since Alabama got beat. I think we burned a timeout, or I should have used a timeout. We just about midway, about 8 minutes there in the game. I reckon he took one of them timeouts home with him. I guess he's going to dress it up, put a suit and tie on it. I don't know. You can't use it more. I don't know.
If you go 3 for 27, I'm going to go back to that.
That was the team, not Brandon Miller.
I know it. But you go 3 for 27 from 3-point line. If you hit 3 more threes, you win the game easy.
That's right.
That's
right.
Because you're not fouling at the end.
And they had a number of wide open looks that just did not go down.
They had, And somebody said that they pumped. They're using a different basketball. Have you heard that?
No.
Have you heard that? Bama Bino, they are using it.
Well, there's more tack on it, and I mean,
and it's pumped up more. Go read about it. Interesting. I mean, yeah. He said
It's
that.
not no leather.
I'll tell you what. I've heard other people talk about it, and I just saw something before I came on, and Coach Oak said, "Yeah, does I think that had something to do with us not shooting well? Yes, I do think, but he said San Diego State had more to do with it than the basketball.
Yeah.
So, but I just found that interesting because I've heard a lot of these teams talk about how.
It was the one that was introduced from last year. It was in last year's tournament.
Well,
why?
But they're not used to shooting with it, though.
Because they got paid by Wilson to do so.
Yes.
They got to have that money. They get that money. That's crazy.
Because you see the shooting, to me, you watch is not as good as it's been in these games. To me, I mean, I've noticed that. Yeah, wouldn't that? Anyway, interesting. Not say. I know what cost Alabama the game. They need. They're like I said, that 2 or 3 things would have to happen for them to get beat, and all of them happen.
Mark Few went on a barrage about it after Gonzaga's loss. Let's
see what he said.
Let me see if I can't cue it up.
And here, guys, love you.
Thank you, Bama Bino. I know who'll give us the 411 on this. Jeff from the Borough. He's all about some hoops. What about that new basketball that was implemented last year?
Who cares if it bounces, it's round? It does not matter. Don't tell me different basketball makes you shoot bad. That's stupid.
What are you talking about?
You live by the 3, you die by the 3. It's as simple as that.
It's
when
the
you're
damn.
3 of 27, you lose.
That's
Don't
that's
give
true.
me this junk. Brandon Miller in the tournament was 8 of 41. The worst percentage since the field expanded in 85. He scored 28 points in the NCAA tournament.
And they still more games than Kentucky.
That's fine.
That's what's sad.
Fort Atlantic won more than Alabama.
That's sad. Where's Kentucky gone?
They've advanced on. They're still practicing. They're going to Houston. Where's Bama at?
The same place Kentucky is.
That's
except
right.
one more round better.
No problem. We got
that.
Where's yours at, neighbor? We've been to the Final Four.
When? Was I alive when it happened last?
More times than Alabama has.
That was not lately.
Okay? I mean,
y'all can't even get past the first round anymore.
That's just stupid.
Alabama's won the Southeastern Conference twice since Kentucky.
We won it 50 times.
Yeah, that's all in the past. That's the way we win. Hell, you weren't alive for half of them.
The hell I wasn't. I've been alive for 4 national championships in basketball. And tonight,
but I'm just sad you sorry. I'm sorry you saw the last one though.
Well, I'm sorry you live in Alabama, neighbors. What I'm sorry for. I'm sorry I live in.
I love it down here. I lived all my life. Yeah,
we don't have a governor saying segregation now, segregation tomorrow, segregation forever. You understand that? What
are you talking about?
Wallace in the '60s. Have a good day.
Well, that must have been your hero, not mine. I knew it changed the pool
he's
there.
He's a piece of work, isn't he?
Yeah, happy. I hope everybody at home feels better now. Every time he calls, I just feel a little better.
256-576-4977 is the telephone number. 256-576-4977 is the number to be a part of the program. I did.
He's still living in the past. He's talking about the 60s, about Kentucky basketball.
Well, he's not talking about St. Peter's. I know that. So that was last year. But another school that's in New Jersey that at least was one of the marquee names of the tournament last year. Let's go ahead and take our final timeout. I'll try to cue up Mark Few's comments and what he had to say after the Zags zag out.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
We've all heard the phrase, what's in a name? When it comes to your comfort, the name means everything. Environmental Comfort Systems is the name to remember when it comes to your home's comfort. Environmental means our systems are environmentally friendly, even more environmentally friendly than systems sold just a few years ago. And comfort, well, that's our middle name. Our systems are built to keep you and your family comfortable for years to come. And last but not least, we install systems, not units. Our systems are designed specifically for your home, based on your home square footage and the way it faces the sun. Environmental Comfort Systems does more than just sell air conditioners. We install comfort systems that will make your home a more enjoyable place to live. So give Environmental Comfort Systems a call. We are your independently owned American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer, serving Decatur, Madison, and the Tennessee Valley. Visit our website at envcomfort.com. Alabama license number 92314. Environmental Comfort Systems.
With over 100 F-150s to choose from and available financing as low as 0%, now is the perfect time to put one in your driveway. It's Truck Month at Woody Anderson Ford. Hi, Bobby White back again, inviting you to come on in for the best selection of F-150s we've had in a while. And if you find one that you like, there is no payment for 90 days. Also, during Truck Month, not only do you get 0% financing for up to 36 months, but we've also got 2.9% financing for 5 years on remaining 22 models with your good credit through Ford Motor Credit. This offer ends April 4th. And don't forget, we make it really easy for you to trade in and trade up on a Ford Blue Advantage Gold Certified or Blue Certified pre-owned vehicle. Great warranties, 24-hour roadside assistance, and you take it home with a full tank of gas and a fresh oil change. Hurry on in for Truck Month. 0% financing, no payments for 90 days, and over 100 F-150s to choose from. Woody Anderson Ford, hope to see you soon.
When I chose a garage door company, I did my homework. I needed Precision Overhead Garage Door Service. They have a 5-star Google rating. I checked their reviews and liked what their customers had to say. Precision Overhead Garage Door has lifetime warranty packages. Same-day service if I call before 2 p.m. If they can't make it the same day, my service call fee the next day is waived. They did a 25-point safety inspection on the door and operator. Now that's peace of mind. Residential, commercial, and gate services. Precision Overhead Garage Door Service. Call 256-400-4500.
Electric cars are coming faster than you think, and that's why we're bringing SEMA Connect to Alabama.
Our team educates you and helps provide a long-term plan for your business. Where to put them, how to get them there, how to pay for them, tax incentives, service, and monitoring. We take care of everything.
Doing the right thing means bringing EV car chargers to Alabama. Let us help you with your EV charging plan.
From the Fox 54 Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A partly sunny sky this afternoon. All in all, it's going to be a really fantastic Monday. Temperatures climbing into the upper 60s and lower 70s. We drop into the upper 40s, lower 50s as we head into the overnight. Maybe an isolated shower through the earliest hours of Tuesday morning. Most of us going to end up spending the morning dry. We'll spend all Tuesday afternoon dry as well, though a little more cloud cover across the Tennessee Valley, and it is going to be a little cooler. Highs only climbing into the mid-60s, dropping into the mid-30s through the overnight. Mostly sunny sky for your Wednesday afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the low and mid-60s. I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman on your home for ESPN Radio, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton. Listen weekday afternoons starting at 5 on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
It's perfect!
Back here at Woody Anderson Ford, winding down actually as Hey Coach will take over our airwaves coming up at the top of the hour. Don't forget tomorrow, speaking of the Crimson Tide, they will be in town here tomorrow as the Alabama baseball team. By the way, Jeff from the Borough didn't want to mention that win yesterday for Alabama over Kentucky down in Tuscaloosa. Well, that same baseball
When's the last
squad.
time Kentucky beat Alabama?
Well, they did win 2 out of 3 in the series.
Oh, okay. Well,
so I mean,
then thank you for that setup.
You asked. I mean, Bama won yesterday to salvage a game out of the 3-game set.
So who's the so far in the conference? Who's the best team?
I will look that up here in a second, but I will tell you that Alabama takes on Middle Tennessee State tomorrow over at Toyota Field. We will have that game for you. We brought you that Auburn North Alabama game, and we're happy to also bring you it was Auburn taking on North Alabama. We carried that game from the UNA radio network. Appreciate the fine folks for letting us do that over in the Florence area. And obviously we'll pick up the Crimson Tide Sports Network tomorrow at 5:55 as Alabama takes on Middle Tennessee. Now, as for what squads are doing the best, that'd be Vanderbilt and South Carolina. As Vanderbilt and South Carolina are both 6-0. And that loss, incidentally, yesterday for Kentucky was their first in conference play. Kentucky is 5-1. Florida is 5-1. Over in the West, it's LSU and Arkansas, as the Hogs and the Tigers are both at 4-2. Auburn and Alabama are at both 2-4 to start off conference play. Alabama 19-6 overall. Auburn is 16-7-1 on the year. Always got to remember that tie against USC. Bryce is on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. How are you, Bryce?
I'm good. I'm just, thinking positive. We got good things ahead of us. The best thing and positive thing, and I'm going to start off with this. Hey, we have Nate Oates for a basketball coach, not Bruce Pearl. So I look for us to have positive things, in the future. We come up short, didn't get it done. We went up against a team that was more experienced and more seasoned than us, They played tough defense, and something we punched them in the mouth, and they punched us. And we didn't get back up, unfortunately.
Alabama's up, 9 or 10?
9.
Yeah.
9.
Yeah.
That was their biggest lead.
And then all of a sudden we couldn't get out of their side of the floor. I mean, I thought that was a turning point in the game.
Yeah.
We had a couple chances to get a couple rebounds and to go back to their end, and that's where they fought back. I was proud of Alabama for they never gave up.
Too, and I'm proud of them because I had best time that I've had in a long time watching them win that SEC tournament down there. But
absolutely,
they were a fun team to watch. There's no doubt about that. They would they would find ways to win.
Yeah,
exactly. And I thought when we come back in the second half, I thought, well, here we go.
Well, heck, with 40 seconds to go and it's a 2-point game, I was just looking at the screen saying they're going to figure it out again.
Yeah, but there's a stat that you got to think about, and I looked at, and a lot of people probably didn't analyze it as much as I did. We only won one time, guys, when we didn't score over 70 points. And that was the second game to Mississippi State, I think. But anytime we scored under 70 points, it wasn't good for us because we lost.
I thought that we made some just horrendous turnovers in the game, too, uncharacteristic for easy shots for them. And it seemed there were many things we did that I thought was uncharacteristic. And, I think at the end of the year, I've always noticed that freshmen get tired. And I think in that game that our freshmen looked tired, looked confused, and they got pushed around. They just no way other. They got pushed around. It seemed like early in the game they were letting them play, and they were more physical than us. And then when we started getting more physical, we just started fouling. What the difference was for the officials, I don't know what the right terminology would be. Then all of a sudden they started coming close. And what they did to Brandon Miller was, hey, we're not going to let you beat us. We might foul two people out, but we're not going to let them beat us. And they tested the system, and I thought that was a smart way to do it.
Bryce, I appreciate the phone call.
Hey, guys, one more thing. Am I mistaken to think that when Quinley had that guy grab that guy's back of his legs, everything went south after that?
Well, I'm going to tell you, that was stupid.
It was.
Yeah.
That's stupid. I was embarrassed by it. I don't know what he was thinking. And you know, it didn't help. Nothing when you lose the ball and get the other team gets 2 free shots and the ball back. That's kind of like a 6-point play, and could be right.
That's a big turnaround. Hey guys,
it was.
So let me talk.
Thank you, Bryce.
Thank you.
Appreciate the phone call. I did want to sneak in Florida Atlantic making it to the Final Four. So there was an issue with their play-by-play guy. The internet went out on the front row of Madison Square Garden. So another crew behind them fed them a different line, and another crew was holding his equipment during his final call.
Recession for a second. Good as well. Kansas State doesn't have any timeouts. The inbound from Sills. Here comes Noel up the near side, left front court. 3 seconds now, 2. Noel throws him Masood. High right. It's stripped away by Davis. He's stolen. Florida Atlantic is going to the Final Four. One of the most improbable stories in college basketball history has just played out in New York City. Houston, you have a problem. Florida Atlantic is coming to town looking for a trophy. Florida Atlantic 79, Kansas State 76. FAU is going to the Final Four.
So he did that while he's standing up in between the front row of Radio Row and a table that wedged in between the second row of Radio Row.
What about South Florida having 2 teams in the Final Four?
A1A. Yeah, a little Vanilla Ice action. A little A1A between the U and FAU. That'd be something. Maybe we could get Vanilla Ice to sing the national anthem. Maybe. And there is your Vanilla Ice reference for the year. That'll wrap us up. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
He builds houses down there.
Yeah, he does.
Not looking or feeling your best? No energy for the things you like to do? Ready to look and feel younger?